What is up, gamers? Staxwell is back at it again today with another market watch. I know I just did one yesterday, but there's so much to talk about. The meta and the market are evolving by the minute as ProQuest results are coming in. People are figuring out or changing their opinion on the best decks of the format. So let's not waste any more time. Let's just go ahead and jump straight into it here. First card is Dragon Scalar Flight Path. The rainbow foil of this card is $120. Actually crazy. The cold foil is $170. Yeah, obviously on the back of Syndra hype, also Fang is gaining a lot of popularity, and some builds are playing this. So it's not just Syndra, but yeah, primarily Syndra for sure. Moving on, Volda Seismic Impact, the adult Volda. This is the rainbow foil for top fouring ProQuest this season. Cheapest copy on the market is $43. It's finally hit TCG Player. A lot of people weren't quite sure how to price it. So yeah, it's on TCG Player. There you go. Moving on, Fieldy, the Marvel Fieldy token is $200. Actually crazy that this thing is holding its price tag so well. Makes a lot of sense. Actually a beautiful card. Moving on, Mind Warp. Cheapest Mind Warp on the market is $17. It's kind of interesting to note, we talked about this yesterday, how all of the Aurora players are transitioning to Acilio. Again, I don't think it's going to last very long for many of those players, but it's interesting that all of the Acilio specific cards are going up, and then the shared card pool is going down. Because like Channel Lightning Valley is only like $12 right now, but cards like Mind Warp or Sigil of Aether even are going up. So it's kind of an interesting thing going on in the market. Moving on, Savior Bloodshed. Again, on the back of all of the Slippy success. Makes sense it's going up as well. Cheapest copy on the market, $22. The Hunted just is going crazy right now. Loyalty Beyond the Grave, $15 for the cheapest copy on the market. This stuff is going crazy. It's like Hunted just dropped. Syndra hype is everywhere. Moving on, Burdens of the Past. Cheapest Burdens of the Past on the market right now is like $12. And it makes a lot of sense. A generic blue block 3 already off to a great start. But with so many D-reacts in the meta, so many decks trying to fatigue and stall, it makes a lot of sense that particularly like aggressively slanted decks will just have an easy time slotting in Burdens of the Past into their list to be able to counter some of those more fatigue-oriented strategies. Snag, cheapest copy on the market is $27. Just actually crazy. Yeah, again, on the back of Slippy success, makes a lot of sense. You'd want a side deck piece to counter that. Tenacity, cheapest copy on the market is $12. This one just keeps going up and up and up as well. A lot of these sleeper heavy hitters Majestics are coming back out of nowhere, right? Like Seduce Secrets, Tenacity. Yeah, like all of those ones we kind of looked over when heavy hitters came out, all of the Majestics we looked over back then are coming back and getting some value. It might be worth it to start looking at some sealed heavy hitters product. Moving on, Battering Bolt, cheapest copy on the market is like $13. I think it's kind of criminally cheap. The new bow for the new Ranger cost $4 to activate it. So it kind of seems like just such a perfect curve to like pitch 2 blues, activate the bow, and then shoot the Battering Bolt. I think that this card's going to be a big winner. Obviously, it's a popper, and then the on hit of Battering Bolt, maybe not as relevant as it once was now that a lot of the Mystic heroes are gone, but surely will still be a very good on hit, like in certain matchups, right? So I think this card's a bit undervalued, particularly for an Everfest Majestic. I think it's worth picking up. But yeah, not a lot of attention on that one yet. Moving on, Censor, cheapest copy on the market is $26. Again, people just trying to figure out what is good right now, what deck they want to play. And Ira is a pretty safe pick for a lot of people. So yeah, it makes sense that this one's holding value. Crown of Dominion, cheapest copy on the market. This is just the rainbow foil Crown of Dominion is $80. Kind of crazy. The cold foil is like $100. A lot of speculation on the high seas gold synergies, obviously, but there's definitely some Kasai builds that play Crown of Dominion as well. So it makes a lot of sense that this is going up. Moving on, Heist. The cheapest Heist in general is $28. Even the one from the Max Armory deck is like $1 or $2 cheaper. And they're definitely selling those ones from the Max Armory deck. Like, Heist is just a good card. The reprint didn't really affect the price of this card too much. And if you buy the Armory deck and you sell the Heist out of it, it's like you got the Armory deck for like $25. you know, excluding the heist, obviously. But I think it's a great deal. That's what I did personally. And even though the armory deck isn't like super competitive right this second, obviously it's only a matter of time until Max has his day. Moving on, Stalagmite. I don't know what it is about Jarl. He just has aura. People just gravitate to Jarl for some reason. And it's Jarl time again, potentially. You know, the hero's doing a lot better now that Enigma's gone. I don't know if he could carry. I don't know if Jarl could carry that success through with the introduction of Necromancer. I guess time will tell. But for now, Jarl's eating good, and the cheapest stalagmite on the market is $117. Just keeps going up and up. Look at that graph; it looks kind of crazy. Moving on, Quiver of the Rustling Leaves. The cold foil is only $8. Quiver is kind of like an unassuming quiver. Like the Rustling Leaves quiver is kind of an unassuming quiver overall. Its potential There's potential in the new set that we get like a must play quiver or a very broken quiver, something like that. But every quiver we've seen so far is like kind of eh. And Quiver of the Rustling Leaves, I think, is probably the best one that currently exists. Just being able to load turn 0, like when your opponent goes first on your, and then like before they end, pitch a blue and load a arrow is pretty good. So yeah, for only $8, an Outsiders Cold Foil Majestic, like that price point is a little bit crazy. And if you're not even interested in the Cold Foil, at least do yourself a favor and pick up the Non-Foil, which is only $1. We've seen what happens with the Outsiders Majestics when they go crazy. That's all I'm going to say on it. Reduced to Rune Chant, the extended art Reduced to Rune Chant non-foil is only $4. I think that's an insane pickup considering the foil is like $50 or $40, something like that. But the non-foil is only $4. It's from the same armory kit and it's not foil, so it doesn't curl and whatnot. I know a lot of the more competitive players enjoy the non-foils. So this is, I think, a very undervalued card. It's like one of the first armory kits, right? It's the Arcane Rising armory kit, so it's like, what, second armory kit, third maybe? I don't know. Anyway, moving on, Uzi Switchblade, the Marvel Uzi Switchblade. The cheapest non-damaged one on the market is only $85. Kind of insane. I know Uzi isn't seeing like a ton of success right now or anything, but I wonder if this will be a relative price point for these gem pack marvels, right? I think maybe in the next gem pack we'll get a different marvel, and if it's a similarly played hero, I guess yeah, we could look at that same price tag. It's kind of interesting. I thought it was gonna be a lot more rare, a lot more expensive than it is, and maybe it is still very rare and it's just cheap because no one plays Uzuri. I just thought the price of it was kind of interesting. Yeah, again, cheapest copy, $85. Moving on, Sigil of Brilliance, the Marvel Sigil of Brilliance is like $150. And a lot of times I think people forget about some of these lesser known promos, like the Buy a Box Sigil of Brilliance. While it doesn't look nearly as pretty, nearly as cool, it's a much more economically feasible way to foil out your deck. Cheapest copy is $70 for the extended art Rainbow one. This was I think it was a Buy a Box promo, something like that. Yeah, not a ton of them on the market. So if you're interested, probably need to act quick on that. Moving on, Sigil of Cycles Marvel. I feel like this has probably been mentioned before. I haven't seen it mentioned. I don't really watch as much Fab YouTube content as I used to. But I was thinking about Gravy Bones and like good ways to get blues engraved. Doesn't this card just seem insane in Gravy Bones? It itself is a blue, so at the beginning of your turn, it goes to the graveyard. Boom, now you have your blue engraved for that like requirement of Gravy Bones' effect. Plus you draw and discard, so you could discard a Watery Grave card. This card just seems kind of cracked in that deck. I don't know. I'm sure this has been mentioned before. Either way, cheapest copy on the market is $45, which is kind of a lot, but it's also currently played in Rhinar, which is also gaining a lot of popularity. So a little bit of crossover there with Sigil of Cycles. Yeah, pretty good card. Moving on, Time Snap Potion. For the same reason I think Sigil of Cycles could be good, I think Time Snap Potion could be good. Destroy it, gain 2 action points, and then boom, there's your blue in graveyard to start the turn. I guess same thing could be said for all of the potions, but particularly today we're talking about the Nats entry promo Time Snap Potion. Cheapest copy on the market is $72, which is pretty much an all-time low for it. Time Snap could, like, we don't know what Gravy Bones' weapon does yet, so it just depends, like, if that gives go again or not. But if it doesn't, Time Snap could be a very real inclusion in Gravy Bones. And yeah, I would expect this price tag to go up if it is. Moving on, everything I said about Time Snap could also be said about Energy Potion. Just like these blues that go to grave to start the turn, like Sigil of Cycles and these potions, just seem like they could have a home in Gravy Bones. I actually quite like it. And these are almost completely extinct from the market. There's 6 total left on the market. These alt art energy potions from Pro Tour LA. It was a promo for a bunch of side events there. Yeah, $100. I definitely think it could go higher as well. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, subscribe, and help the algorithm help me out just a little bit later, gamers.